My boss fired me to avoid giving me a raise, so I accidentally took half the office with me. A few years ago, I worked at a small marketing company. When I say small, I mean the kind of place where the owner called everyone family right before doing something terrible. I'd been there for 3 years. I handled client scheduling, ad reports, billing issues, training new hires, and somehow also became the unofficial IT person because I knew how to restart the Wi-Fi router. The office was chaos, held together by coffee and my spreadsheets. Every yearly review, my boss, Dan, promised me a raise. Next quarter, after we land this client, when the budget settles, you already know where this is going. Then one day I found out a brand new employee I trained was making more money than me. So I scheduled a meeting with Dan and politely asked for a raise. He smiled the fake corporate smile and said, "I just don't think you bring enough value to justify it." That sentence physically aged me. I told him I handled half the office operations. He actually laughed and said, "Anyone could do your job." 2 days later, he fired me, no warning. No severance, just we're going in a different direction. Fine. Here's the thing though, because the company was such a mess, I had created dozens of systems to keep everything running. Client tracking sheets, billing templates, automated report generators, password recovery backups, scheduling workflows, and because Dan never cared enough to learn any of it, nobody else knew how anything worked. I left everything exactly where it was. I didn't sabotage anything. I simply stopped being the human duct tape holding the company together. The collapse started almost immediately. Week 1, nobody knew how to generate client reports. 3 deadlines missed. Week 2, invoices stopped going out because apparently I was the only person who knew the billing calendar password. Week 3, a major client meeting got scheduled for the wrong monther. Then my favorite moment happened. One of my former coworkers called me in a panic because the office email system randomly broke. Turns out Dan had unplugged the wrong server trying to charge his phone. I wish I were kidding. Meanwhile, several coworkers started contacting me privately asking where I was applying because the office had become unbearable. Within 2 months, 3 employees quit, 2 clients left, the office manager had a stress breakdown. Faster as Dan started personally answering customer service emails, which was hilarious because he once said leadership shouldn't deal with small problems. The ending gets even better. About 6 months later, I got hired by a competing company for way more money. One day during lunch, my new boss casually mentioned, funny story, we almost hired this guy named Dan for a management position, but his former employees absolutely destroyed him in the references. Karma works overtime sometimes.